Okay, in this video, we're going to learn about gesture. We're going to develop a gesture apps. Okay, which will involve touch, move, and lift event. Okay, little bit about screen details in Android. So in Android, imagine this is Android phone. Okay, so we will have coordinates of your touch, move, and lift. So the coordinates we start from the top left. Okay, so this is the x coordinates, and this is y coordinates. Okay, so if you touch here, maybe your coordinates is around, don't know, maybe 15, 20. Okay, so it will be like this, 15, 20. Okay, x and y coordinates. Okay, so let's say you touch here, and then you move, then you lift. Okay, you lift your finger. So you will consider swipe to the right. Swipe to the right. Okay, so that's how we going to implement this. All right. Okay, so first we want to create a very simple apps which when user touch, and we will display toast. Okay, all right, so first let we delete this. Okay, and just make it simple and empty layout. Okay, so what we want to do is just to listen to any event of user touching the screen. Okay, right, so let's go to the main activity. Okay, so we're going to create implement on touch event. On touch event. So here on touch event. Okay, all right. So first we're going to test if user touching. Okay, so we, we create if. Okay, if event dot get action dot equal to motion event. Okay, motion event dot action down. Action down. Action down. Alright. Okay, if it's a touch, and we're going to display something. Okay, so let's create a toast. Toast dot make text. Right. Sorry. Get application context. Okay. Okay. So user is touching. Okay. Then don't forget tools dot length. Sure. All right. Then show it. Okay. Then we need to return. We just return through. Okay. Right. Let's test it. Okay. Let's see if our apps is working. So let's say I touch here. Okay. So display user is touching. Okay. So you can add more action here. Okay, such as action down, action up, over, move, pointer down, scroll, action up, etc., etc., depending on your application needs. Okay, so let's modify this and we're going to use case switch case. Yeah? All right. So first one, we need to get what is the action. Okay, so going to create integer action equal to event dot get action. Okay, so depending on the action, we're going to switch the action. All right. Okay, so the first one is motion event dot action up. Sorry, dot action down. Okay, let's create a break first. Okay, second case would be motion event dot action move. All right. Okay, break. Okay, and then action up. Case action event motion. Right. So let's code it here. Just create a toast. Show. Okay. So just copy that and put it in here. So just change here. User is moving and user is leaving. All right. So let's test it. Okay. So let's say I'm I click here, user is touching and moving, user is moving, and where I move up, user is leaving. So our application uh, is good to go. All right. Okay, next we want to try to get the we want to get the what we call it coordinates of this x and y. Okay, so when user is touching, we want to get the coordinates, and user is leaving, we want to get the coordinates. All right. Okay, to do that, we're going to add a text view. Okay, right about here. And we don't want the text, so make sure you remember the ID. Okay, text view. Right. So when user is touching, we want to get the X and Y. So you can use event, okay, event variable to get that and display inside the text view. Right. First, we want to declare the text view. All right. Text view. Text view. Okay. Find view by ID. Dot text view. So he just put it here, text view dot set text. Okay. So we're going to put the coordinates. Okay. Touch coordinates. Okay. So this one we want to get X and Y. Event dot get X. Right. Then plus, okay, put a comma here. So I'm going to put a parenthesis here. And, just put get y. So even dot get y. Okay. All right. So let's finish by completing the parenthesis. All right. Okay. Then we put it in the action up. So in action mode, it's very fast. So you cannot see the x and y. Okay. So this one we put leaf coordinates. Okay. Because the important one is action, the coordinates for action down and action up, so that we can calculate whether the user is swiping to the left or swiping to the right, or whether user is swiping uh, to bottom or to the top. All right, let's test this. Okay, let me touch here. Okay, so the touch coordinates, you can see that the coordinates about the same. Okay, so let's touch here. Then I'm going to leave here. Okay, so it'll be different. Okay, so now that we get the coordinates for action down and action up, we can now calculate whether user is swiping to the left or right. How to calculate that? First, let's say when user touch here, so let's say this is the X1 and Y1. Okay, so let's say user lift the finger here, so let's say it is X2 and Y2. So according to this, so it will be your 0, 0 coordinates. Okay, so here will be the largest coordinate. Okay, if user swiping to the right, so X2 supposedly to be bigger than X1, right? So when X2 is bigger than X1, we know that the user is swiping to the right. Okay, otherwise, if X1 is bigger than X2, user is swiping to the left. Okay, okay, yeah, so user touch here, so our X1 will be here, so it is supposedly to be bigger than X2. All right, let's code that. Okay, okay, to do that, we need to create a couple of variable. Okay, so x1, x2, y1, and y2. So let's create that. Float x1, x2, y1, and y2. All right. So here we're going to record the uh, value of the variables. Okay, so x1 equal to x. All right. So y1 equal to okay. So this one will be x1. This one will be x2. Right. So you can repeat this inside the action up. Let's delete this. Okay. So we don't really need this. So I just delete. All right. So this one will be x2, y2. Touch coordinate will be x2 and also y2. So yeah. So all right. So now we need if else. Okay. If else. If refer to this x2 bigger than x1. Okay. X2 is bigger than x1. So we're going to tell that the user is swiping to the left, to the right, sorry, swiping. The user is swiping to the right. Okay, right. We can just x1 bigger than x2, then the user is swiping to the left. We also can do for up and bottom. Okay, up and bottom. So if user is touching here and leave here, so x1, sorry, y1, y2. Okay, so the y2 must be bigger than y1, indicating that the user is swiping to the bottom. Right, so y2 is bigger than y1. So y2 is bigger than y1. The user is swiping to the bottom, or user is swiping down. Okay, swiping up. Right, so here is y2 is smaller than y1, then the user is swiping up. All right, let's test that. Okay, okay, there's a bit of problem. Okay, so what we do here is it will be a bit conflicting, because if we swiping like this, the program did not know whether we swiping to the left or to the bottom. Okay, we need to set some control sensitivity. Okay, so first let me delete this, because now the program is confused. Okay, let's see whether this coding is right. Okay, so swiping to the right. Okay, swiping to the right, swiping to the left, swiping to the right, swiping to the left. All right, so how to solve this? So we need to set control sensitivity, so we need to modify a bit here in the coding. Okay, so we need to subtract x1 from x2 and see whether it is maybe we set about 50. Okay, the difference is 50, and then we want to show that the user is swiping to the right. So this is the control sensitivity. So if you swiping little bit to the down here, as long as it does not exceed 50. Okay, does not exceed 50, then the user is swiping to the right. Okay, so we can do the same for this. So this one should be x1 minus x2, because x1 is bigger. Okay, put it 50 also. Okay, y2 minus y1. Okay, also about 50, and y1 minus y2 also 50. So this is what we call it control sensitivity. So you can play around with these numbers, see whether you can get the responsive apps. Okay, let's see. Right. Okay, this is swiping to the right. If I am swiping a little bit down, so it will indicate the user is swiping down. Okay, maybe we need to modify a bit. Maybe 80. So that's not very sensitive. Okay, okay, swiping to the right. Okay, further down, swiping to the down. Okay, you can play around. Swiping up, swiping down, swiping right. Okay, so this is the basic of user gesture in Android apps. You can modify this and you can set it. When user touch here, play some music. When user lift the finger, the music ends, something like that. You can play around with that. Okay, thank you.